Hello there, friends, true believers, and newcomers alike. It's me, Superfly Comics Guy, and yes, it is finally here. After what felt like a decently long wait, my December haul has finally arrived, and I am very happy to be able to share it with you all today. We've got quite a few books to go over today, so if you're enjoying the video at any point, you know how to show it. And please, leave your thoughts down below about any of these books, which ones you think I should read first, whatever you want to talk about. But yeah, there's quite a few to go through. Keep in mind, these hauls are not meant to be reviews. I haven't read most of these before, so this is more meant to be like a first impressions type of thing. But if you do want to see reviews of these books, you're going to want to consider subscribing so you catch those videos when I do put them out. But anyways, guys, you know how I like to do things around here. We're going to start with the non-omnibus books first, and then the omnibuses later. But I do like to put the books in ascending order of my personal excitement for them. So let's get started. Okay, so as I said, we're starting off with the deluxe edition / oversized hardcovers, starting with Spider-Man, the real Clone Saga. Now, I've probably already triggered half the audience with those final two words there, but for the other half of you that are still here, don't panic. It's not as bad as you think it is. Stick around, I'll explain everything, I promise. Here's the spine for you. Typical Marvel logo for their oversized hardcovers. Spider-Man, the real Clone Saga. And the back. Collecting Spider-Man, the Clone Saga 1 through 6. What? 6 issues? I thought Clone Saga was way longer than that. Trust me, I'll explain. Cover price of $30 US, which is exactly what I paid for it. Just snagged it on a lonely eBay auction out there. But yeah, that's that. So let me show you under the dust jacket. Let's see. Ooh, okay, basic, but I am digging that red foil design. I don't know if it shows up on camera very well, but it's nice and reflective. There's the spine. I quite like that. And the back, absolutely nothing. But let's talk a little bit about what's inside here. I'm not going to go too in detail because this is a very small book. This is a glued binding, so we don't actually have to worry about stretching the spine. We can just dive right in. I won't show off too much, like I said, but yeah, let me explain myself. So as you know on the channel, I've already covered Clone Saga Omnibus Volume 1, Volume 2, and also Ben Reilly Omnibus Volume 1. I still have a Volume 2 of that to go. But yeah, I've been torturing myself. I mean, I've been gently putting myself through the Clone Saga on the channel. And everybody knows that's a huge, convoluted Spidey event from the 90s. Ran for way, way, way too long. So what is this? Well, as the back of the book implies, this 6-issue miniseries is meant to tell the tale of the Clone Saga as it was originally intended to be told. So like the original idea they had for the Clone Saga, Spider-Man and Ben Reilly, their story, that whole thing that was supposed to be 6 issues, God, crazy to think that it exploded into a multi-year epic as it did. But I mean, hey, it brought us characters like Ben Reilly and Kane, who's interesting enough on his own as well. So I mean, can't complain too much now that it's in the past, but God, at the time, must have been pretty painful for Spidey fans. I know it was painful enough for me reading some of it, but yeah, that's that. On to the next book. All right, moving on to the next book. The Man of Tomorrow is with us today in Superman Birthright, the Deluxe Edition. Let's cut into this wrapping and see what's inside. There we are, guys, got under the wrapping. So yeah, here's Superman Birthright, the Deluxe Edition. Fun fact, this is the direct market cover for this book. Yeah, that's right. DC, I think, has started to do direct market covers for their books. The standard cover is just, I think, an image of Superman doing the the Superman pose. Here's the spine for you. Very, very clean design here. And the back here, the legend retold. So yeah, this collects the 12-part miniseries, Superman Birthright. Got a cover price of $50 US, 60 66 Canadian. Let's have a look under the dust jacket here. See what we got. Ooh, white-eyed Superman. I don't know if that's as hopeful of an image as they were intending. That actually looks kind of creepy to me. There's the spine. Very nice, actually. Ooh, we got a wraparound. I like those. Let's stretch the book, and we can have a look at that. There we are, guys. That's the initial stretch done. Not really much of an eye, but it doesn't seem to be an issue. Not too big of a book, so I didn't notice too much gutter loss, but there is the wraparound cover. Very nice. I'm not sure which artist this is. I'm not super familiar with this series, but it did sound pretty intriguing to me. Superman Birthright is a mini-series meant to be a modern retelling of Superman's origin, and it's written by Mark Waid, who is a renowned writer. He's done works for The Flash, Captain America, Daredevil. He wrote the critically acclaimed Kingdom Come series. So yeah, Mark Waid, very, very talented writer. So that was enough to convince me to give this a try. I'm not traditionally the biggest Superman fan, but I would like to read some of his best stories, and this seemed to be appearing on a lot of those lists, so I figured I'd give it a try. One thing of note that I'm seeing, these pages are like this matte texture to them. They're not your typical glossy finished pages that you find inside oversized books. They don't feel like they're the best quality, but the art inside is looking really good. So I don't think that'll be too big of an issue, but I feel like that might bother some people. So, something to keep in mind. Alright, so moving on from the birth of Superman to the complete opposite, the death of Superman. We got an interesting little card in here. Let's get under the wrapping and see what we got. There we go, guys. We're under the wrapping, and yeah, check this out. It came with this little card here with I guess a copied signature from Dan Jurgens, who's one of the main writers and artists on this series. So that's pretty cool. I assume this would come with all copies of this deluxe edition, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, here we are, the Death of Superman Deluxe Edition. Spoiler alert-ish, I guess. I don't know, it's in the title, so I don't feel like it's considered a spoiler at that point. But yeah, here we go, the spine. Ooh, that is very nice. Red and black, baby. That's what we like to see. The epic event that shocked a nation and changed Superman forever. Yeah, I can see that. I can see why. But yeah, here we have a cover price of 40 US, 54 Canadian. Let's have a look here. Ooh, that's actually cool. Hold on, look at that. So the dust jacket is matte, but we have certain parts here that are glossy, like Superman and Doomsday here, and I think it's the same thing here. Yeah, the outside here is glossy, but the cape is... Oh, sorry. No, the outside here is matte, but the cape here is glossy. Very nice. Let's get under the dust jacket. Oh yeah, look at that. Just a bloody Superman symbol. Wrap around. God, I love wraparound covers. Let's stretch this bad boy. Take a better look at that. First stretch is looking pretty alright. Again, it's a small book, so the eye doesn't really matter too much. It's buffered by this white space, so I don't imagine there'll be much gutter loss. The pages, again, just like the last deluxe edition, the previous one, pretty thin, and they're this matte finish instead of the glossy. Well, it's not entirely matte, actually. It's like half matte, half glossy, if that makes any sense. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's not your typical glossy paper. Let's have a look at that wraparound cover that we saw. Yeah, there it is. Very nice. Love that. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to kind of get a sampling of some of Superman's best stories. And this is one of, if not the most popular or well-known one. This was happening in the 90s. It's basically a big fight between Superman and Doomsday. And it was significant for the time, from what I understand, because it's like you know, you're killing, spoilers, the most well-known superhero of all time. So there were, you know, news outlets covering this, and this event was so significant that it would go on later to inspire events like Batman Nightfall, and Spider-Man the Clone Saga, unfortunately. But yeah, this should definitely be pretty good. Like I said, I'm not traditionally the biggest Superman fan, so I know there's an omnibus of this material, but I felt like it was more efficient for me to just kind of grab the condensed version in this deluxe edition here. I don't really need the entire saga, I just kind of want the main event in this case. And for those wondering, does this deluxe edition come with that fold-out page? Yes. Yes, it does. I will not spoil what that fold-out page is for those who don't know, but for those who do know, yes, this deluxe edition does come with that. All right, up next. So you remember from my last haul, we featured a book from Batman the Animated Series. So this time, we're following up on that theme again with Harley and Ivy, the deluxe edition. Let's get this out of the wrap and talk more about it. There we go, very nice. So here we got the front of the dust jacket, featuring that classic Bruce Timm art style with Harley and Ivy on the cover. Got the spine here, Batman, Harley and Ivy, Paul Dini and Bruce Timm. And then the back, some more beautiful artwork from Bruce Timm in that classic Batman animated series style. So as you can see, this collects the complete Batman, Harley and Ivy miniseries, as well as more than 100 pages of Paul Dini's other stories featuring the villainous BFFs. So with that, you can probably already guess why I picked this up. Big fan of Paul Dini, big fan of Batman the Animated Series. This was a no-brainer. $25 US, $30 Canadian, but I picked this up off of in-stock trades, so definitely didn't pay that. Let's have a look under the dust jacket. Ooh, look at that. That's intriguing. Is that a wraparound? It looks like it is. Oh, it's like a cute little film reel. Let me quickly, let's see, is this sewn binding? It looks like it is. So let me quickly stretch this. There we go, all done stretching, which means now I can quickly show you that wraparound that I caught a glimpse of. That's pretty funny. That's cute. Little film reel. Oh, poor Batman getting punched by Ivy. Oh man, now I'm just thinking about Kevin Conroy again. Rest in peace, you legend. Rest in peace. But we can take a quick flip through here. God, this artwork is just gorgeous. What an incredible show. Oh, and we got a table of contents as well. Okay, DC. Okay, DC, I see you. And page numbers. Wow. DC top points for this one. Sometimes they forget to add that in, but have a quick look through here. Yeah, as I mentioned in my last haul, you saw I picked up a Batman the Mad Love deluxe edition. And this was recommended to me by someone as a nice little companion piece to that book because, same universe, Batman the Animated Series. What the heck is going on over here, Ivy? Alrighty, you do you. We won't peek. We'll just move on. Oh, this looks like a lot of fun. Just this little goofy art style. Adventures of Harley and Ivy. There's the Joker. Nice. Very nice. Looking forward to this one. Oh, wait. I recognize this. Is this that one episode of The New Adventures where, Ivy brainwashes Bruce Wayne and forces him to, take them on a shopping spree? Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like. Okay, that'll be fun. All right, for our next book, we've got one of the same characters from the previous book, but we're taking it a little bit more seriously. We've got Harleen by Stepan Shych. Let's crack this open. There we go. Here we have the dust jacket to this book. Harleen by Stepan Shych, who I believe does the writing and the art on this series. It is a DC Black Label book, and that usually means it's more mature for mature audiences, and it takes place not in the main DC continuity. It's kind of in its own little bubble. Let me show you the spine here. Oof. Oh, I love that. I love that with the like, kind of looks like a deck of cards. Nice. And then the back. Behind the painted smile. The birth of legendary anti-hero Harley Quinn and the shocking origins of her twisted romance with the Joker are revealed in Harleen. So here we have a cover price of $30 US, $40 Canadian. Let's have a look under the dust jacket. Oh my goodness. Dude. Look at that. That's beautiful. Hold on, let's try something. Okay, so I've put the dust jacket back on here because I want to try something real quick. Let's see if we can get this to work. Oh my God. That's genius. And I think this is done by Mr. Shach, so damn, that's a good first impression. My God, sorry guys, I was really floored by this. Holy. That's remarkable. Okay, but there's the spine, and there is the back for you. Let's quickly stretch this out. There we are, it's all stretched out. Again, not too big of an eye. You don't really need one with books this small. But the pages, so far, this one has the best quality pages so far of the books in the haul. Nice and thick, got a bit of a glossy finish to them. Real quick, I do want to point out, this isn't quite the dimensions of an oversized hardcover. It's a little bit wider. So let me show you. For comparison, if I were to put an oversized hardcover here, which has the same dimensions as an omnibus, you can see Harleen, the book, juts out a little bit more, but it's the same height. So keep that in mind if you're planning out your shelf space for this book. But yeah, geez, let's get into this. I can't get over that cover. So Harleen, from what I understand, is meant to be kind of a more mature, modern look at Harley Quinn's origin, and that cover just makes me think like this is going to be a very psychological perspective, which is fitting because Harley Quinn is a psychiatrist. I've been curious to try out this book for quite a while now, but for one reason or another, I never, I guess, justified it to myself. But as I'm flipping through here, it's making me think I should not have waited as long as I did, because this is looking really, really interesting. Wow. The art looks fantastic. I mean, I'm not really familiar with Stepan Shach's other work, but damn, he draws a good Batman too. Shit. Yeah, I really should have picked up this book sooner, I guess. This is kind of climbing its way up my anticipation list already before I've even read it. Wow. Okay, for the next book, I hope you guys are still awake because we've got the first omnibus of the haul, which is Sleeper. I apologize for my bad sleeping-related intro joke there. Let's get into the wrapping here. There we are, guys. We got the dust jacket to the Sleeper Omnibus by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. And again, DC Black Label. So just like the book Harleen, this takes place kind of separate from the main DC continuity, and it's meant for a more mature audience. There's the spine. It's okay, I suppose. Doesn't really grab my eye. And the back. Okay, yep, that grabs my eye. I have no clue who you are, but she kind of looks like Poison Ivy. We got a cover price here of $100 US, $131 Canadian, and I think this omnibus collects the entire Sleeper series. Let's have a look under the dust jacket here. Oh man, come on. Darn. Okay, I'm not a fan of these all black paper mache feeling DC covers, but it is what it is, I suppose. There's the spine and nothing on the back. Yeah, I don't know. These covers to me feel cheap. They don't feel particularly good. I already feel weird like residue on my hands just from touching it. I like it more when they put like some sort of graphic or whatever and it's got the glossy finish, but whatever. Let's stretch the spine. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. The spine stretching is done, and happy to report the eye is shaping up to be very, very nice. So it doesn't look like gutter loss will be an issue with this omnibus. The pages, not as thick as the Harleen book, but they still seem to be pretty all right. I'm not noticing any color bleed. So let's flip back to the front here, and we can take a little bit of a flip through. But yeah, Sleeper. So I'll be honest here, I'm gonna need your guys' help on this one because this is a little bit of a gamble book for me. I don't really know much about this series, but I do know that I really, really like Ed Brubaker. From what I've read of his stuff, you know, some of his Batman stuff like The Man Who Laughs or Gotham Central or his Daredevil run or his Captain America run. I've really, really enjoyed all of those. So that tells me, hey, you know, I seem to be liking Ed Brubaker's stuff. Why don't I check out some of his other stuff? So here I am. This was a 52% off on in-stock trades when I got it. So I really couldn't turn that down. And I figured, you know, perfect time to try something a little bit new, maybe. But from what I understand, Sleeper is about, you know, a sleeper agent who goes undercover to infiltrate, like, I think a criminal organization of some kind, but then he loses contact with his agent, his handler. So he's completely on his own in this underworld. So I can imagine it being like this story about, like, you know, where does your true faith lie? Are you faithful to you know, your original organization that sent you in, or are you finding a new family here, I guess, with this organization you've gone undercover with? I don't know. Let's quickly check out over here. We can check out the back of the dust jacket here for a little synopsis. Holden Carver is a double agent without a choice. Spymaster John Lynch, the only man who knows his mission, lies in a coma. Tao, the criminal mastermind whose organization Carver has infiltrated, is growing suspicious, or maybe just playing a particularly cruel game of cat and mouse. What's a spy to do when no one knows he's been left out in the cold? Can Holden evade detection by those who think he's an ally, avoid capture by those who would believe he's a traitor, and somehow survive with his soul intact? Okay, so it sounds pretty intriguing. You know, Ed Brubaker is quite known for his work on, you know, crime series, noir, detective type stuff. You know, I really, really loved his work on Gotham Central with Greg Rucka. His Daredevil run is phenomenal. His Cap run is groundbreaking. So you know what? I'm looking forward to trying something new. All right, moving on to the second last book. The second last omnibus, in fact. Black Panther Omnibus Volume 1 by Christopher Priest. Very much was looking forward to this. Let's get it open. All right, there we go. So now we're looking at the direct market cover of this omnibus. Those of you who saw the solicitations for this book, you might be saying, wait, wasn't this supposed to be a different cover? You're right. The original direct market cover was supposed to be a cover of Black Panther like slashing through a page, but then they ended up switching the direct market cover to this, which I think is much more worthy of being on the cover of a book. I don't know, the other direct market cover just looked a bit plain to me. But if you don't like this one, there is also the standard edition cover available of Black Panther running up a building. But here we got the spine, classic Marvel Omnibus logo, nice big golden Black Panther lettering there, and then that image down there. I don't know how I feel about the costume with the cape that T'Challa has at this point in time, but who am I to judge? But here we have the back of the book, which I find quite appealing because you got classic stuff like, you know, your Marvel cover gallery, but then they spice it up with a bit more interesting design pieces like this font up here and then the bordering. I don't know. It just feels like they're trying to spice up their dust jackets a little bit more, especially on the back. $100 US cover price and $125 Canadian. But let's have a look under the dust jacket and see what awaits us there. Ooh, wait a minute. Okay. That is cool. Do we have another wraparound? Oh my God, we do. We got another wraparound. Okay, be right back, guys. We gotta stretch the spine. Oh God, do you hear that noise? Very, very crackly, this one, huh? All right, guys, there we go. That is how the book opened up. Good page to end on, too. You can see we got a spread page here, and the gutter loss isn't looking too bad. Here's what the eye ended up looking like after that first stretch. It'll probably open up a little bit more as I read through it. But yeah, it was crackling a lot while at the beginning there while I was stretching. But enough. I want to look at this wraparound. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's so cool. All purple, shades of purple. Oh, that's cool. You know, actually, you know what? You know what this omnibus reminds me of? All this purple and yellow with the dust jacket. It reminds me of the Batgirl Returns omnibus a little bit with its color scheme. But anyway, let's take a quick dive through here. So this is the, I believe, was it 1998 Black Panther run by Christopher Priest? And my knowledge of Black Panther comics is very, very limited, but I have been generally pretty interested in the character. And everybody says this is one of, if not his very best run, both for getting into the character and just overall. Because I think this run introduced the character Everett K. Ross, if you've watched the Black Panther MCU movies, and also bits of lore like the Dora Milaje, his guard, his royal guard. Very cool. I like the artwork. Oh, it looks like it's actually switching a bit, because here it's a little bit more cartoony, whereas here it's kind of more, I don't know how to put it, more 3D looking. But that looks pretty awesome, pretty intense. I'm not really seeing any page numbers as I'm flipping through here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Come on, Marvel. You're supposed to have this down by now. What are you doing? Let me see. How's the paper? It could be thicker, but at least right now I'm not really seeing much color bleed anywhere. Where is this book printed? Let me check. Let's have a quick look. This book is printed at the iMac printer. Okay, well, I suppose that explains it. But still, heard very good things about this run. This is from the Marvel Knights era, which is like the late 90s, early 2000s Marvel. A period of time when they were trying to make it more serious, more grounded, more mature. And that's just kind of my vibe. So I'm looking forward to reading about our Wakandan warrior here. All right, guys, we started with Spidey, so I guess it's only fitting that we end with Spidey, in a way, with the Venomnibus by Donny Cates, featuring this badass image of Venom by Ryan Stegman, I believe. Let's get this guy out of his wrapping. There we go, guys. Look at that. We got the direct market cover here featuring that incredible image of Venom. Man, this is another case where they switched around the covers, right? Because I think it happened a few times, actually, because the standard edition was going to be like an image of Venom swinging, but then they changed it to like a King in Black cover. And then they changed it again to a different King in Black cover. Anyway, there was a few cover changes on this book, but I'm very glad with the direct market cover they landed on here. Let's have a look at the spine. This is a chunky boy, just like Venom. Interesting that they didn't label it Venomnibus like they did with the other Venom omnibuses, but hey, whatever, I guess. Doesn't bother me that much. And, woo, there's our boy. Our King in Black, right? Null? God of the symbiotes. Freaking intimidating on his throne there. We got a cover price of $125 US, $156.25 Canadian. But this was 40% off on in-stock trades when I got it. Let's have a look under the dust jacket. Let's see what Marvel has in store for us. Well, I see flames. Oh, wait, actually, no, those aren't flames. What are those? What the heck? Okay. I don't know who that is, but he looks cool. Do we got another wraparound? Oh my god. So many wraparounds, so little time. Let's stretch the spine so we can see it. Ooh, we got a, oh my god. Got another crackly book here. Okay, so I actually decided to give this a second stretch because I wasn't liking how it was, the eye was shaping up after the first one, but it's looking a little better now. It's starting to open up a little bit more. Not terrible. What is terrible, however, is whatever seems to be happening to Miles there. Oh my god. Hang in there, buddy. But we got a wraparound cover to look at, don't we? What the hell? Is that a goddamn symbiote dragon? What the? Okay, they got dragons now. They got dragons now.
Oh, they fly now! They fly now! They fly now!
Cool. All right, so this is the 2018 Venom series by Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman, which everybody praises immensely. Everyone says this is, I guess, the best run on Venom in recent memory, possibly the best run on Venom of all time. I mean, from what I understand, Venom hasn't really had the best runs overall. He's kind of just been a goofy 90s character. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Venom. I love the goofy nature of Venom. But this just looks freaking epic and intense, especially during those later bits with the Null and the symbiote planet and the god of the symbiote stuff. It just feels like it's gonna be one gigantic, like, space epic type of thing. But yeah, I mean, I was looking forward to this when it got announced. This book was originally supposed to come out, I think, in May of this year, May of 2022. But then it kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed. But here it finally is. The Venomnibus by Donny Cates. It's finally in our hands. We're finally able to buy it, get it for ourselves, read it. The art looks pretty good. It is switching up a little bit. I don't know how much of it is actually written by, or not written, how much of it is drawn by Ryan Stegman, how much of it is drawn by others. Maybe these are like tie-in issues or annuals. I don't know. We'll see. But it seems like we're not just getting Venom, we're getting a whole host of other characters, because we saw Carnage and Miles, and I saw Scorpion at one point, and Spider-Man, of course. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a fun time. But alright, that'll do it for this haul, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. Let me know if you guys are picking up any of these books, or if you're familiar with any of these, which ones you think I should read first. And if you wouldn't mind, if someone could, without spoiling it, let me know a little bit more about Sleeper, because, you know, I'm intrigued. I just don't know much about the series itself. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to catch you guys in another video real soon. So you have yourself a great day. I've been Superfly Comics Guy, and until next time, you keep reading. Bye, guys.